जिंदगी ये कहाँ ले चली है, जाने कैसी सजा दे रही है। ले सहारा बस इस आस का, ना हो कोई यहाँ फासला, तू मर्ज़-ए-दवा. So I think one thing that dad has always done as an artist, Shahrukhji, he's always been very true to himself. You know, he's always written about stuff that genuinely are stuff that's happening in his life. तो मर्ज़ी-ए-दवा एक स्पेशल गाना है कि because it's for that person who is your go to. You know, कुछ भी हो जिंदगी में.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tighten up your seatbelts as a talented singer is all set to take you on a magical ride, which is all set to be filled with romance, excitement, and entertainment. He is someone who is the new kid on the block, but who's supremely talented. With a father figure like Shaan Mukherjee, he is all set to cement his own legacy in the industry. There's no prize for guessing that I'm talking about the one and only Maahi Mukherjee. Hi Maahi, I hope you're doing well. कैसे हैं आप?
Yes, all good. And I like to say कि you know I'm so happy because मैं Maahi Mukherjee, I'm speaking to Abhishek Mukherjee. So you
Yeah,
know it's even more special. So super excited. You know, a lot of fun stuff going on, and so glad to be talking to you here today.
same here. The first thing that came to my mind was such an amazing name, Marz-E-Dawa, your first music
जी
video from this EP.
जी
What was like, if you could tell us more about it while you were deciding कि क्या नाम होगा, about the lyrics and everything?
जी. So actually the you know Marz-E-Dawa for me is a very special song क्योंकि it's part of the EP that we called Yours with Love. We called it that क्योंकि जो भी चार गाने हैं इसमें you know they're all four sort of letters to people, letters to groups of people, letters to specific people. That you know Marz-E-Dawa एक special गाना है because it's for that person who is your go to. You know कुछ भी हो जिंदगी में, you know अगर मतलब it's a sad thing या तो it's a very happy thing, there is usually that one person you go to. And for me, Marz-E-Dawa is all about that. Because जब वो मतलब when you fight with them, it feels like the world is ending. And when something good is happening, it feels like that you have to fix it. तो Marz-E-Dawa is exactly about that. साथ में वो तीन जो अलग गाने हैं वो ईपी में, that's also different letters. One is पक्की यारियां, for obviously all my crazy friends. तो बहुत you know बहुत grief they used to give me कि अरे सिर्फ रोमांटिक गाने बनाते हो, लेकिन हम तो यहाँ ही खड़े हैं पिछले 3-4 साल से, तब से तेरा म्यूजिक चालू हो गया, फिर भी तू एक भी गाना फ्रेंडशिप का नहीं कर रहा है. So then finally it caught up to me all the you know grief that they gave me, and finally I did do a song for them. And साथ में वो एक और what do you call it, sorry, एक और गाना जो है दिल ने कहा, that was for you know that the people in your life who are no longer with you, breakup हो या तो friendship drift हो, you know I think I firmly believe कि हर person comes into your life for a reason, and we get to learn something that's for them. And lastly is an acoustic version of my old song Jadugari, which the audience showed the most love to. So for me that is for all the listeners to give a little gift back for the song that they showed most love to. I want to give back to them for them. तो ये
That's
पूरा
amazing.
मेरा monologue है
So
ईपी
how
के
is
बारे में.
this new EP different from Talab? Because people also loved you for your amazing, like the way you took things a notch higher with Talab. What's
जी आई
new that
थैंक
you
यू.
are offering on
I'm
the
really
plate? Like you are the chef here and you're offering
जी
something new to your
जी
audience.
बिल्कुल जी. तो तलब एक्चुअली क्या था कि तलब वाज अ वेरी यू नो it's a very different point in my life also. जहीं पे you know I was you know very this on this sort of this romantic गाने पे, where I was sort of those are the main thoughts also going on in my head. So naturally Talab came out like that. This for me is sort of more of a coming of age sort of EP where it's more focused on gratitude. Even जो breakup गाने हैं इसमें दिल ने कहा, which is composed by the incredible Ayush Anand. You know वो गाने भी for me it's a less about you know another breakup song जो अरे काश खैर, you know it's more about thank you for the time that we spent together, you know. And वो है. And the same thing for पक्की यारियां, it's about thank you for being my friend, you know. thank you जो भी गाली सुन के अभी अच्छा लगता है because it's from my friend. मर्जी आवाज also exactly that कि मतलब फर्स्ट लिरिक, जिंदगी ये कहाँ ले चली है, जाने कैसी सजा दे रही है, ले सहारा बस इस आस का, ना हो कोई यहाँ फासला, तू मर्ज़-ए-दवा. तो it's all about thankfulness. And Jadugari also is thanking the audience. So for me, it's very much, you know, it's me coming into my adulthood, जो अभी properly पहुंच भी गया हूं. I'm 21 now finally. तो for me it's a coming of age EP, while Talab was more of, जब ऐसा लगता है कि अगर एक relationship चल रहा है, वो ही everything is surrounding that. Now I'm sort of zooming out. I'm realizing there's so much more, in life, so much more to write about, which is why maybe romantic गाने इतने नहीं होंगे, लेकिन personal गाने और होंगे.
So I still remember the first time you were packed 3 4 years, like with Shaan sir. Everyone was
जी.
like, "ये Shaan sir के बेटे कैसे हो सकते हैं? They are looking like brothers." Like still till date, people are not ready to accept this fact that Shaan sir has a grown-up child. So what's your reaction when you now revisit that video? But I still remember the first time. एक तो
जी.
when people watched it, they were like similar voice, similar style, attitude, the positive attitude that you guys have, similar thing, and then nobody was willing to accept कि शान सर कितना बड़ा बेटा है. How what
Uh,
was your reaction like?
honestly, we also at home are not understanding how he does not age. ऐसा हमें भी ये
Oh,
सीक्रेट नहीं पता कि, but I think, I guess if I had to guess, it would probably just be he works out every day, he eats clean, he's doing his riyaz every day. So, but yeah, both my parents actually very, I don't know, they've just not, ऐसा यही मेरा बड़े भाई और मेरा का यही डर है कि ऐसा अभी नहीं लगना चाहिए, we shouldn't look older at some point than our parents, because they're staying so fresh, so young. लेकिन we take it as the biggest compliment, and I think और क्या पूछ सकते हैं, as children, to have your parents looking so young and being so healthy, for us it's the absolute biggest blessing. And yeah, I remember that वो चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं, वो वाला. Yes, yeah, it was, that all happened so fast. I remember also when it first started sort of trending, I didn't really know how to navigate, anything. I remember the first time I got recognized walking also. I think I probably, एक बंदे ने बोला कि इसको पिक्चर भी नहीं चाहिए था, बस बोला क्या कहीं कहाँ से है? मैंने उनको पकड़ के, आई थिंक आई spoke to him for 10 minutes. He wanted to leave, but I just kept, क्या चल रहा है जिंदगी में? I got so excited. So for me, it was a big, big blessing. It was a small taste of, what it's like to, have the, love of the public. And I hope to, be able to, hopefully give them more stuff to love soon.
definitely. No, public is already giving a lot of love for you. The one thing that we all love, Shan sir, is his humbleness. So, what is that
Ji.
qualities that you would like to imbibe from him, not only as a father, but also as an artist?
Ji. So I think one thing that dad has always done as an artist, start with, he's always been very true to himself. He's always written about stuff that genuinely are stuff that's happening in his life, which is why I think also that brought him so much success. Songs like Tanha Dil, are all so, it's personal, right? And I know the whole, obviously, right? I know the whole story behind it, right? And that's why I think, the songs that work best are the most personal, because aajkal no, the audience has always been able to see through manufacturedness, right? If someone is uh, completely faking something, right? It's very easy to tell. Even I mean, technically, we're all in the audience, because until so I also see it. Sometimes I'll see a clip of something and be like, this is so like not real. So wo to, that is probably my biggest learning as an artist from dad. And one more thing that I'll say is the hunger. Even at this point in his life, matlab, leaving career in his life at this point, to still be so hungry and still doing the riyaz, still doing the gym, still doing everything you need to do after you've had 100 number ones, after you've won the awards, after you've done, that is the most inspiring. Because when you're just starting out right now, to see that at that stage, obviously motivation हर किसी का होगा यार, when you're starting, सबको बड़े बनना है, मुझे भी बड़ा बनना है, मेरे भाई को भी बड़े बनना है. That's, but to do it after you have reached the top of the mountain, that is the real challenge. But that is just motivation for everyone who is looking up at the mountain saying, okay, I want to climb this one day.
So I want to know more about your musical journey. Well, of course, you were born in a family of singers with such a successful parents also who have carved their own legacy. I want to know when did like actors को acting का कीड़ा काटता है. I want to know when did you decide कि I want to, this is something I want to pursue a career.
जी. तो आई थिंक क्या होता है कि ग्रोइंग अप यू एंड अप वांटिंग टू डू लिटिल बिट ऑफ एवरीथिंग. बीच में मेरा वो वॉलीबॉल का कीड़ा बहुत बढ़ गया था. आई वांट टू बी अ वॉलीबॉल प्लेयर. देन एट सम पॉइंट क्रिकेटर, ऑब्वियसली आई थिंक एवरी इंडियन बॉय गर्ल एनी वन हु इज बॉर्न इन दिस कंट्री एट सम पॉइंट वांट्स टू बी अ क्रिकेटर. तो आई थिंक मेरा भी वही था. देन आई सॉर्ट ऑफ रियलाइज्ड दो दैट, I think once I got sort of थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस ऑन स्टेज, तभी वो कीड़ा आ गया बीच में कि ओके, द जो भी एड्रेनलिन, जो भी हैप्पीनेस, जो भी डोपामिन आ रहा है स्टेज पे, nothing is giving me that. Nothing. No amount of sport, no amount of anything in the world is giving me that. There is nothing I can do that makes me happier than those, at that point, 2 minutes on stage. तो जैसे ही वो समझ गया, then I was like, okay, I have to do this. So then, honestly, it took me a while because I was a little nervous to tell dad कि मुझे singer बनना है. Especially because क्या हुआ कि he was also judging a lot of these reality shows at that point
That's the show,
of
yeah.
Saregama, Lil Champs, The Voice Kids, where there are supremely talented people, younger than me, older than me, all my age. मतलब younger than me and older than me and my age. And I was obviously not comparable to them. मतलब they are on a different level. तो वो देख के मैं थोड़ा मतलब I was a little scared कि they're so good. My dad is seeing them literally every day. We're watching them on TV every day. How can I now go tell him कि मुझे यही करना है? When every day I'm seeing 30 people better than me, who are younger than me, or slightly older than me, or my age. तो वो थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग था मेरे लिए, बट फाइनली व्हेन आई डिड टेल हिम, डैड का एडवाइस वही था, इट वाजंट हैड नथिंग टू डू विद दिस. ही जस्ट सेड वन थिंग कि इफ यू वांट टू डू इट, you just have to start singing like your life depends on it. So just sing, sing, sing. He said, I've never heard you sing. How can I tell you if you should be a singer or not? तो मैं बहुत छुप छुप के गाता था. मैक्स टू मैक्स स्टेज में आई यूज्ड टू सिंग 1-2 songs, बट इट्स नॉट लाइक आई यूज्ड टू सिंग एट होम. बहुत कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है, लेकिन that's how it was. I wouldn't have the confidence to just walking मिलना तेरा लगे कोई जादूगरी, like I couldn't just sing. So जैसे I found that out, I was like, no, it's because I don't feel like I'm there yet. And he said, but if you want to at some point reach there, you just have to like फोन के टाइम पे कुछ anything just आती है वो ऐसे चल, just non-stop. That's the only way you'll get better. And then once I sort of understood that and I took out that fright, then तब से अभी तो मेरा मतलब I think addiction हो गया कि मैं बंद ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ कि every time I'm
And we are so glad you decided to go with it. Like, and we want to see you do a Jugalbandi with Shaan sir. This is like
for
a
sure.
top on our bucket list. So you never say never. Fingers crossed.
नहीं नहीं, वो तो 100% होगा. मेरा बस यही है कि मुझे अपने एक दो गाने मुझे
Mhm.
खतरनाक देना है. And then right after that, I think the first person with is, I would love to have my dad and my brother साथ में on the track. But मेरा बस वही है कि बस मेरे थोड़ा अपना और आइडेंटिटी बनाओ and then 100%.
What I really love about you is the fact because I've seen you as I was talking to you last year. You said Indira Gandhi Stadium on fire when you opened the
Ah,
show last year. And it was July, I feel 19 July 2025. I was there
wow.
cheering up for you. Yeah. So the thing I really loved about you is that you proved you are not just someone who will just be limited to romance. You can do all sorts of songs. So I want to know what goes behind because there you're performing to thousands of people.
Mhm.
Do you feel nervous? As an artist, of course you feel nervous. Do you have butterflies in your stomach? What goes behind it? Because you literally set the stage on fire. Not just saying for the sake of it. That videos in my phone are a proof of that.
Arey, that's too sweet of you. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Genuinely, that does mean a lot. And as for the question, I think obviously वो nervousness बहुत है, especially जब I get the opportunity to open for HR sir, because क्या होता है कि when you're doing a show where people have come for you, then वो थोड़ा trust है वैसे भी audience से कि they've come to see you, they've come to hear your songs, they've come to hear you sing. When you're opening for someone, the audience is obviously not come to see you. They've come to see the main act. तो वो थोड़ा वो प्रेशर है कि ओके, मुझे स्टेज पे जाकर मुझे ऑडियंस को जीतना है. They did not come for me. In fact, there are few people in the audience are realistically waiting for this to get over so HR sir could come on stage, which is obviously normal. Even when I go to a concert and अगर मैं किसी के लिए पैसा दे रहा हूँ, obviously मुझे उसको ही देखना है. And जैसे ही किसी और स्टेज पे टाइम कम ही हो जा रहा है. So obviously that's a thought. I mean, I can't really, वो तो नॉर्मल साइकोलॉजी है. तो वो प्रेशर थोड़ा वो हो जाता है कि ओके आफ्टर दिस, बट देन द वे आई सॉर्ट ऑफ ग्राउंड माई सेल्फ इज आई रिमाइंड माई सेल्फ ऑफ हाउ बिग दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी इज. एवरी टाइम आई थिंक ओ गॉड इतने लोग हैं एंड दे कम फॉर सर, एंड मैं सर का भी गाना नहीं गा रहा हूँ, मैं अपने गाने गा रहा हूँ, मैं अलग गाने गा रहा हूँ, व्हाट विल हैपन. देन द वे आई सॉर्ट ऑफ ग्राउंड माई सेल्फ इज दैट के हाउ मेनी पीपल वुड किल टू हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी, of being able to perform on the stage, and I'm getting it, you know due to all the reasons that there are, whether that's dad, that is HR himself giving me that opportunity, that's Saregama, who is producing the show and who I'm signed to, which is realistically probably the biggest factor here with HR sir, is that they are producing the whole show and I'm a signed artist, so they will also want to promote their artist, which is why they've given me this incredible opportunity. So वो I remind myself कि I'm blessed, I have this, God has blessed me with this. Now मेरे ऊपर है कि या तो यहाँ पे नर्वस नर्वस बन के कुछ नहीं गाऊं, या तो आई रिमाइंड माई सेल्फ कि यू बिन गिवन स्लॉट बॉल दिया गया है, अभी या तो मारो या तो मिडिल स्टंप हो
Ah,
जाएगा. एग्जैक्टली.
definitely. So going back to Marz-E-Dawa, the thing that actually managed to strike attention with me, you're talking about healing. You're talking about the sense of love through your song. So
जी
what was the entire thought process like? If you could, I also want you to hum and then tell us.
जी. तो तू मर्ज दवा क्या हो तेरे बिना, तू है जो संग मेरे खोजेंगे रास्ता. तो ये जो कोरस लाइन है, आई थिंक ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन है, क्योंकि स्पेशली लास्ट लाइन, तू है जो संग मेरे खोजेंगे रास्ता, ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट थॉट है, क्योंकि जो भी हो जाता है जिंदगी में, यू नो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू हैव दैट. पता नहीं, आई एम सो सॉरी, पता नहीं किसी कोई घंटी बजा
कोई
हर
बात
बार.
नहीं. It's
लेकिन
okay.
तो इट्स एग्जैक्टली अबाउट दैट कि कि जो भी हो जिंदगी में, जितना भी छोटे प्रॉब्लम हो, कि मेरा ये जार खुल नहीं रहा है, या तो समथिंग बिग एंड इम्पोर्टेंट, कि इफ समथिंग इज, if there's a way, if this person is there, there's a way. Not because that person may have the solution, but just because if you have the emotional support, that you will find a way, you'll figure a way. And for a lot of people, those are different people, right? It can be a pet for some people, it can be a family member, it can be a significant other, it can be a friend. So for me, it was completely on that thought of, for me, honestly, it's very much my family. I know I can depend on them for absolutely anything. I'm very, very blessed that way to have their support. So for me, it's exactly that. Marz-E-Dawa is exactly about that.
Amazing. So we are living in a time when, like, when Shansa
I'm so
debuted, when
sorry to interrupt you, Abhishek. Can this be the last question?
okay, sure, sure, sure. I will
Oh,
just take, but give me 2 minutes, huh, please.
yeah, yeah,
Two,
yeah,
three
of
minutes.
course. Sure, sure.
So yeah. So I want to ask you something. We live in
जी.
an era where social media is very prevalent, and we cannot lie that we are chasing numbers on social media. But at the
100%.
same time, there is certain sections that might throw flowers on you, and there are certain sections that might throw bricks at you. How do you navigate the entire thing? Because this comparison with Shansa will always be there.
जी,
So
बिल्कुल.
how do you deal with it? Do you tend to ignore? Do you believe in ignorance is bliss? Or sometimes you want to reply to certain people through your work?
Sure. 100%. I think मेरे लिए, it's tricky because I'm so young that I am from a social media generation. I've not seen anything else. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि अरे मेरे ज़माने में ऐसा होता था, तो इट्स अ लॉट नाउ, पता नहीं आजकल. तो फॉर मी, आई एम सो यूज्ड टू इट. आई हैव बीन इन कमेंट सेक्शंस एज अ कमेंटर, एज अ व्यूअर सिंस आई वाज 12. I'm 2005 born. Literally, this is just how life has been. So for me, it's something that I sort of accepted pretty early on. The internet is perpetually divided. So it's important not to take anything at face value. That's compliments also. I'm very blessed to the point where audience has been very kind to me. But I've also made it a point to know that that does not mean कि मैं हूँ number one. Like it's very this. You can't take it to your head, up or down. And even when वो गाली मिल जाता है, you know, it's it's something I've learned to do, is sort of make not take anything too seriously, but most importantly, not to take yourself too seriously. Once you think कि मतलब हाँ मैं, like I'm the guy, then I think everything in your life becomes this, because then every hate comment is a personal attack, every compliment is a food to your ego. तो मेरा यही है कि my just mantra in life recently has just been, just don't take yourself too seriously. मैं भी मैं भी कौन ही हूँ? That's frustrating, or at some points I wish कि I could just reply saying नहीं भाई ऐसा नहीं है, ये नाइट सूट नहीं पहन के आया हूँ, ये तो कोई स्टाइलिश नहीं दिया.
Uh,
तो
so before we wrap it up at Philly Road with a single beat, so you are the businessman and entire audience is your customer. You have to give them 5 reasons why they should watch, and enjoy and stream your new
जी,
EP on multiple
जी,
platforms?
जी. 5 reasons. Number
Yeah.
one, um, I'll say कि it's a very 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 sweet song. बहुत प्यारा गाना है. I think आजकल बहुत हार्ट ब्रेक गाने हैं, बहुत इमोशनल गाने हैं, लेकिन ये ज़्यादा हैवी गाना नहीं है. बहुत it's a very this is also very sonically also we tuned it very specifically so that ज़्यादा overwhelming भी ना हो. You can listen to it many times. तो एक ये होगा. Second वाला I'll say कि जो collaborators हैं मेरे वो बहुत खास musicians हैं. कल्कि है देवेंद्र दांगी, the duet who I sang this with Hansika Parekh. She's an absolutely incredible voice. So if not for me, please listen for it, her voice because she's sounding absolutely incredible on this. Number three, I'll say the video जो है बहुत प्यारा है. It's with a good friend of mine, Anika, and she's done an absolutely great job acting in this. And I know she already has a huge fan following. So so many people from there have come to see it. So make sure you guys check that out so you don't miss out. Number four, I'll say कि क्योंकि अभी शो सीजन चालू होने वाला है. And hopefully, last year we had the, great privilege of being able to come to so many cities. So hopefully if I do come to your city and आप आ जाओगे, so then you'll be able to sing the song with me.
Definitely.
And last reason यही है कि Abhishek has just said that he liked the song. And as a Mukherjee, as a Bengali, I know his music taste is great. So
Yeah.
I think you should listen to him and please do check it out.
Before I wrap it, I have to say one thing to you. आपकी
जी.
सुर और ताल सब है कमाल, आपकी बात है
Ah,
लाजवाब, आपने अपनी जादूगरी से मचाया हर जगह धमाल. So all the very best.
you're
Like
too sweet.
you have
Thank you.
uh, as journalists, not only as journalists or as fans also, we see honesty. Camera catches everything, and no
जी,
matter what, you cannot lie in front of the camera. The honesty
जी,
that you have, the humbleness, as you said, the quality that you want to imbibe from Shaan sir. I hope you do that, and we want to see you grow further. Before we wrap it up, to say one thing to you. I remember
जी,
talking to Shreya Ghoshal ma'am last year for Indian Idol season
जी.
16, and while I was having a casual conversation with her, she mentioned your name.
Really?
You are, yeah, you are someone she's looking forward to, and I hope you do well. Yeah, we were talking about Sonu sir, we were talking about Shan sir. आपका भी नाम
जी.
का जिक्र हुआ, so this is something I want to
That's
communicate to you.
Thank you for telling me that. That's so cool. That's so sick. Shreya ji is such an inspiration. She is literally, I mean, like, it's crazy because we say longevity, but she's still so, like, peak, right? Like a very Gen Z term, but she's still, like, absolutely at the peak of her powers. So it's like longevity beyond longevity. It's just like non-stop peak bolte hain. Like, it's like that.
She is an
So,
era in herself. She is not only a performer, amazing human being, and she knows she is indeed one of the nightingales of India. Thank you
she
so much
is.
for your valuable time. I wish you all
Thank
the
you so
very
much.
best.
Yeah,
Thank you so
because we
much.
hopefully I'll meet you in person soon and we can continue our conversation.
So, fingers crossed. Hope you are promising me another interview very soon.
Done. Thank you. I'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
there.
much.